welcome to Copernicus Corner. I'm back in Watcher of Realms, and I have done some of the dailies, and now I'm kind of checking around for what I want to do next. I think that I'm going to start with checking on this faction situation. You know what? No. Better idea. I will go and do one of these summons first and see what we get here. I have 8 rare summoning crystals, and then I have 7,591 diamonds. Obviously, I don't want to use a lot of that right now on a day when nothing is particularly exciting going on. So I'm just going to use the one to meet the requirement for the daily quest. We got Jonas, the 2-star fighter. Your classic drunkard with a spear. He may be a deserter, but he sure can bolster himself in the fight. Alright, so that was our daily summon there. Let's go ahead and click on here. And we did perform 1 summon, and therefore we get 2 4-star psychic power shards for that exciting task there. Now, the next thing I was wanting to do is mess around in this faction trial over here. So, looks like we have the trial of this esotericist running right now. Now, who is an esotericist? I have no idea. I have 0 thoughts on that. So, first thing we're going to do is go over to the guides and have a look at this map info. And now, when we see it, then we know. Oh yes, okay. So this is the one where I think I have and I have Anora, and then some fighter that dies very quickly, or maybe it's a defender. I don't know. Maybe even 2 of them, neither of whom last very long. Maybe Volt. What is his name? Cyclone, possibly. Not really sure. We'll find out soon. Unfortunately, it's a situation that I definitely have been being slaughtered in previously on this stage. I remember last time I was in here. Now, do I have more people by now? I'm not sure. Maybe. There's a possibility. I do need to figure out what these little blue, if we go to the map, these little blue insignias on the platforms mean. Probably they mean something. Imagine. Maybe they are spots that you can stand to do more damage, or I'm not really sure what they are. But one or another, I should find that out, and it may help me die a little bit less. For now, though, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go ahead on for the fight and have a look to see what we have going on here. Looks like we have some naked people running around. We have Wograg over here, who just Gonkba. His name is Gonkba. He doesn't have anything on, so let's throw something on him real quick. Who knows what? And an artifact to boot. And then okay, now wait a minute. We gotta ask ourselves an important question, and that is, why did I do that? Because I have here 3 different mages who are also level 10 and who are of a rarer variety than old Gonkba is. So the question becomes, are they better? And why did I choose him over them previously? So let's have a look at his skills real fast. Okay, we've got this ultimate called Foul Spikes. It says when activated, summons spikes that deal AoE damage equal to 120% attack to multiple enemies within the range for 10 seconds. Spikes will continue to exist for 7 seconds, dealing damage to passing enemies 1 time. That's obviously not the important part of whatever he does. So then we have his basic attack, which is just basically exactly what you would expect it to be, except that it does AoE damage. But the weird part is, it does AoE damage to 1 enemy. That seems a little odd. And then we have Belt of Inhibition. Spikes inflict slow on the enemy. Movement speed minus 50%. So that would be the reason that I would have wanted him, which makes us wonder then, first of all, what the esotericist symbol looks like. I wonder if it's this one. This looks promising. Yes, it looks like it is this one. So there's Anora. We know a little bit about her. Who else? Maybe it was uh, Ratana 53 Muggin says, "Yo, buddy, just followed. Let's sometimes play together and share tips. Add me on Discord." Awesome. Thank you for the follow there, Ratana. Okay, now let's see. Drop your name on here and I'll friend you. All right, let's see now. We have some other folks here. I think who were the other level 10s? Was it Nizalt? I think that's his name. Okay, yes, he's one of them. Let's go on over to skills and see if he has anything fun. It says during the ultimate gains infinite magic vials for 15 seconds. Throws a magic vial at one enemy. This is a basic attack. Dealing 220% magic damage and inflicting a burning or poison effect for 5 seconds. So poison deals 5% continuous magic damage per second, stacking up to 10 times, and burning deals 20% continuous magic damage per second. Alright. Then we have this locked one here. Magic vials can trigger a reaction between burning and poison inflicted on enemies and cause toxic fire. Toxic fire deals 40% magic damage per second, which can be considered as burning. Okay, so toxic fire, maybe it counts as burning. All I know for sure is that all of these are damage and none of them are utility. I'm feeling like with a level 10, the damage isn't going to be that exciting, so maybe we go on to Nalvarez over here. Alright, Nalvarez has Spirit Raven. That's his ultimate, it's rather large. Summons Spirit Ravens to attack random targets in range, each Raven dealing 50% magic damage, lasts for 12 seconds. Okay, then we have Magic Attack, deals 100% damage to one enemy. When killing an enemy, it deals 100% AoE damage. And then Straw Minion. When the talent is triggered, there's a 20% chance to summon 2 Straw Minions instead and increase their attack by 5%. Now what do we know about Straw Minions? I know nothing about Straw Minions. Let's click on one. Once ready, the Straw Minion will track enemies within Nalvarez's attack range. Upon reaching an enemy, it will self-destruct, dealing 150% AoE damage. The Straw Minion can last 10 seconds with a maximum of 2 present at the same time. Well, it's not all that exciting, I'm afraid. So, I don't know. I guess this is why I was going with Gonkba over those guys. Because even though they're all level 10 and none of them are wonderful, this one at least slows guys down a little bit, so I guess it makes some sense. Let's see. Well, now. We have Laurel here. She won't be ridiculously useful, but I won't say she's useless. Just kind of seeing what do we got here that can be improved, if not easily, maybe at all with what we currently have. So far, not running into anything that exciting. It looks like he could be a start up to the next level. He is not great, I gotta tell you, he's not great, but maybe he could stand up for a minute longer. I think I'd rather have this guy here. He's Jonkar. He's only level 32, and he's not wearing any armor. But maybe he could block for a minute before he dies if I get him leveled up a bit. Let's try upgrading him. Yes, we can get him up to his level 40, and then he'll be on par with the other guy, whoever the other guy is. Cyclone. For some reason, his name is very hard to remember for me. Now, we have the opportunity to star this guy up, which seems like a reasonable thing to do since I kind of need some kind of blocker to stay alive for a second in order to defeat this faction quest. And he's purple, so why not, I guess. Go ahead and throw some clothes on him, and then we can start him up, and then we'll be able to promote him, I think. And then when blocking enemies, he'll be able to put curse on them, and curse units are unable to perform basic attacks. That's ultimately going to make him live a little bit longer. So let's go ahead and give it a go. We'll add some of these freebie guys we have here, and this will increase all of his attributes a little bit and allow us to promote him, which is perhaps more important than the rest of those things. Because I feel like this curse thing may be a useful thing for him to have. Alright, and then we won't be able to be promoted again until we get him up maxed out on his level, of course. Alright, so, well, maybe I ought to look at this real quick. No, I don't want to use any of those on him. But maybe I will upgrade him a little more, however far he can go. Looks like we could take him up to level 43. Now, will that be helpful? I mean, it's got to be somewhat helpful, right? Whether it's particularly wonderful or not, who knows, but it ought to do something. Now, we also have a couple more people who don't have any clothes. They are the emperors of our team. One of them is Selkath. Selkath has nothing on, and what does he do? He does some bubbles, and what the bubbles do, I don't remember. Let's see. Triggers Savagery Ritual, increasing attack speed by 160, and grants attack speed increase to allies in range. That's probably why I decided to use him. Attack speed plus 30 for his allies in range, which the range is pretty decently large, so that's really not too bad. If I can remember to put him behind some other people, that could be effective. Then we've got this, which creates an enchanted bubble to attack enemies and deals 100% damage. Deals an extra 30% damage to the last target. It shows, after hitting the target, bounces to another enemy in range. It can bounce up to one time, but will not hit the same target multiple times. I see that his Awakened 3 says when attacking, the caster has a 25% chance to fire an additional enchanted bubble with 50% power. That's neat. And then we have this basic attack, which creates an enchanted bubble to attack enemies and deals 100% damage. Deals an extra 30% damage to the last target. Gifts from Deep is his passive. Each enchanted bubble gains increasing direct and blast damage over its duration, reaching a maximum of 50% direct damage and 30% blast damage. So these just really seem to be damage things, except that he has this buff. And the buff is probably why I decided to go with him as one of the level 10s that I was bringing along previously. So let's throw some gear on this guy and see about his artifact situation, which is negligent. Okay, now then, let's come over to attributes, and I guess I raise him up a little bit. We won't be able to get him very far, no matter how far we can get him. What's this guy? What's Nazim's deal? I feel like he had a healing thing he was doing. Let me see if I can scooch through here. Maybe it was this one. When Cursed Blade deals damage, restores 3% HP for one ally with the lowest HP percentage in range. And so I think I was just kind of using him as sort of an extra healer. Which is, some healing is better than no healing, basically, is the idea of it. Alright, so we got that. And then, looks like he could be started up at some point. Right now he's level 23. And of course he's not going to make it to level 40, but he can get a little further. I got him up to level 26 there. I don't know if that was the right way to go with it or not, but that's the way it went. And then there was someone else. That was the wrong button. It's cool when I do that. Let's go down here to this esotericist faction thing. And see if there's anybody else that I want to throw anything into. I suppose I could do this guy. I don't know that it matters a great deal, but we'll have a few left here to use. Got him up to level 14. Hey, why not? May as well, right? Alright. Let's get out of here. And then I think I will start it and just expect to die. That's my current plan, I think. So my defender, or it's not a defender, it's a fighter that I'm going to be throwing down is Jonghar. The only options that I have is him or Cyclone. Cyclone is not good. Neither is Jonghar. I had previously been sticking a Nora over on the left area there. And I mean, I think that might be a good way to go again. I don't really know that it is, but I think it's a possibility anyway. Then we're gonna have this guy come stand out here and do his little rituals prior to um prior to attacking my people and killing us all. So let's stick yeah, let's try sticking Phelan there. And she can beat on this guy for a minute. I don't know if that was the way to go or not, but hey, why not? We'll give it a go and see what happens. I think I'll put out Junkar next, just so that he can stand up there. You know what I really wanted to do was to be able to have one of the guys up here by this portal, and then one of the other guys, which is the other guy in this case, Cyclone, down a little bit and kind of split this situation up a bit. But I just don't really have DPS or healers for this. It's sad but true, really. That's the situation as I see it. So we'll stick her there. And then I think Nazim is the one who has a little bit of healing that he's able to do. It's not phenomenal, but it's something. Something is better than nothing, right? Um, so I had put him, I believe, here previously and had him working on giving a little bit of healing occasionally to whoever was in his range. Um, Now, Bubble Guy boosts people in some way, and I've already forgotten how. So, should I put him next? Perhaps. I'm considering it. Maybe. Maybe we put him here. He can start beating on the guy who's just standing there. Not that he's going to do a whole lot of anything, to be honest. And then we can put Lily down next. I think that's her name, the healer that we have here. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to matter because I'm pretty sure these folks are just going to pretty much walk on by um, this blockade, if you want to call it a blockade, that I have here. It's really not much of a blockade. It's a sad state of affairs, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I don't have a lot of high expectations. I can put this guy here and try to slow people down at the very least before they, walk on in. But between him and I, the goal is try to just slow them down until someone can accidentally kill them. It's not going particularly well, as you may have noticed. But let's throw this cyclone fellow down. Yeah, one of them went by. Here comes another couple, so that's gonna be the end of that. Too bad. Um, that's consistently the issue. I don't have the DPS, and I don't have the melee units, and I don't have the healing. I don't know how that's true, but it's because my guys are just really they're not leveled up enough to to work out like that. Oh well, maybe next time will be better. Who knows? We shall definitely find out. For now, I think that's just not going to get any better, unfortunately, than where it's at. So we'll go ahead and do a quick clear on this, and then probably go ahead and do a quick clear on the other thing. We got 124 XP, 15 shelter insignia 2s for that. Go back and come over to the basic trial where I'm just gonna run the quick clear on it as well. And then that gave me 156 XP potions and 22 of these shelter insignia 2s. Okay, we'll go over to the Pantheon where we can see about spending some of these. So we have 37 out of 76 that we would need, which is like 39 of these shelter insignia 2s is what we need. We definitely don't have enough to do anything really with it all. So sad but true. Just can't really do it. All right, let's get out of there, and then out of here, and back over to here, where we are offered a powerful Star Up supply bundle small. It comes along with 1 5-star psychic power, 4 4-star psychic powers, 1 double XP potion, I guess you call it that, bonus anyway, an XP bonus that lasts a day, 300 stamina, and 70,000 XP potions for 1,499 W gold. Now, we have something to claim over in the summon window, I notice, which it's 2020 summon rewards, giving us 4 legendary extracts. That's a fine thing to get. For our quests, we leveled up the heroes 3 times, and that gives us 1 stamina potion sample. Clearing faction trials on any difficulty level 1 time gives us 10,000 gold. There's also a box at the top for 35 diamonds, and that's for doing 10 of the daily quests. Very nice. Okay, let's hop out of there and come check on the arena, which I can refresh. And then we have 263,346 BP. We'll start with Alistair Lamia, who has 137,441 BP. Let's see if they have anything crazy going on. They kind of don't. Not really. I don't know, it's a little strange, but we'll go ahead and auto fight anyway. And probably they're not going to have a whole lot of chance just because, again, they're so much lower than ours. Alistair Lamia. It's an interesting name. Alright, so what do they got over here? There's this fella. Aatrox. Alright, Aatrox. He blows up after a little bit and does some AoE damage. I have him. Then they also have Alucas. He slows folks down. That's his big claim to fame. So he's got somebody to slow down and somebody who blows up. It's an interesting choice. So that was Alistair Lamia with 137,441 BP. As far as stats go, the highest damage dealt was from Idril at 188,900, followed by his guy over there, Alucas, who did 156,991, which is kind of crazy. That's a good lot, honestly. It's interesting. All right, so for that, we got 3 arena coins and 5 auto fight attempts. Nice, nice. We have 3 more permits for the day. Let's go ahead and try this junior. 286,813 BP there. And his monsters are of a similar ilk. So that's cool. Alright, he has thrown his Idril out. We've thrown our Idril out. Idril is cool because on her ultimate, she can hit anywhere on the board. Very nice. Now, they have Lunaria. Her ultimate is Dark Moon Salvo. It means the power of the Dark Moon, shooting 5 Dark Moon arrows to a single target rapidly. Restores an extra 100 rage if the target is killed. Very cool. We're getting slaughtered here, I'll tell you that. Because they are killing their guys significantly faster than killing ours, which is, of course, the key to winning the arena. Kill your guys before they kill theirs. Alright, so that was Junior with 286,813 BP. Let's see. The highest damage on the board is their Etril, Junior's Etril, who did twice the damage of my Etril. That's cool. How did they do that? I don't know. Cool. And then next would be Arrogance with 640,763, followed by my Etril at 526,401. We also got 3 arena coins for that. Nothing to sneeze at, right? Okay. Now, the next lowest BP guy is Ping Pong over here. And Ping Pong has 321,002 BP. We can expect a loss on this, but you never know. Always game to try, you know? That's what it's all about. College try. Alright, here we have Hot Suit with Ghastly Burst. Deals damage to up to 5 enemies nearby, dealing 230% AoE damage every 0.3 seconds, lasting for 4 seconds. Now, they've slaughtered us. Absolutely slaughtered us. But we're not quite dead. We're just almost. You know, we got a hard hit, but we're doing okay overall. So, Hot Suit, followed by their Etril, followed by, this is Hex. I recognize Hex. Hex has an ultimate that says, when triggered, increases damage by 140% and attack speed by 100, reduces attack interval by 50%, and replaces all cards with the Joker. This effect lasts for 35 seconds. Now the thing is, I don't really know anything about Hex beyond the fact that he uses cards and that there's some degree of randomness to what he's doing. This over here that they have is Ingrid, level 60, Cosmic Shift. So she's got Solar Mode and Stellar Mode. And what the difference is between them, I don't know. But here's Kai with Doomsday Cluster. Launches a cluster projectile at the farthest one enemy in range, causing an explosive impact upon contact. That seems bad. Alright, so that was Ping Pong with 321,002 BP. And the highest DPS we've got here, the highest damage that is Hot Suit with 2,771,320 BP. Or no damage, sorry. Actually, that's not the highest. The highest is actually my Arrogance over here at 4,744,000 damage. But after Hot Suit comes this girl with the purple background. I'm not sure what her name is. I always forget. It might be, no, not even gonna wager a guess. I'm probably wrong. And then after that is Hex at 1.2 million damage. Alright, we got 3 arena coins for that. Let's go back. Alright, looks like I have failed to use all this stuff I have hanging out here in my stamina. So let's go ahead and start some background fights going for this Oracle trial. May as well do that, or first, what if we do the quick clears? We have 8 left today. So let's go ahead and do those and use up the 10 that we get every day. May as well use them, right? Alright, so we got all 10 of those, which gives us 150 Forgotten Palace trophies, 28,000 gold, 5,544 XP potions, and then a bunch of gear that tomorrow we will be able to enhance for the Tales of the Smith. Very cool. We also have a few left to do some auto fights with, so let's go do some background fighting there. Okay, and got out of that, and then let's see. Nothing else is needed over here. Um, I think that next I will. Hmm, so it's a quandary. What is the next best thing? I think I'll go to events and go to zombie invasion and go ahead and do a quick run of this endless stage here. We have the potions chosen, so the potions will be boosted in various ways. And I'm going to see what I have on offer for the first choices. Looks like we have some dark, some physical, and some ice. I would rather go dark and light, so let's give it a go. There's tornado, not my favorite mastery, but here's lightning chain, which is in the light variety, as you might guess. So between the two, we're halfway there. Now we have Spring of Sticks. We definitely need to get that. Now, I'm tempted to get the dark damage increase too, but I really have to try to solidify these since it was on offer. I had to choose it over the rarer thing that we had there. And then we actually got Blazing Plume as our fourth mastery option. Very fortuitous to be able to get all of those. Now, because I'm doing this in a quicker manner, I'm mostly going to choose the things that are higher rarity. But beyond that, I'm going to choose the things that definitely stack with each other and that I can see at a glance stack with each other. Like if it says plus 20% on anything, if it says increases, if it says expands, then that tends to mean that it stacks. Um, because these are all blue, I'm going to try refreshing and see if we get anything better. Those are also all blue. Let's try again. I don't see anything very fun there, but here's increases. See, increases one Spring of Sticks with each cast. We need a little more increases in our lives. So there we are. And then we see one extra tornado with each summon. It's another thing, that'll definitely stack up. So if it says extra, that's another hint, right? All right, so we're on wave 5 at the moment, which is very low in the process, very early in the process. Um, but we get the crit rate plus 10% because hey, who doesn't love a little bit of crit rate? I don't have any more to spend, so we'll skip. Sure, let's go ahead and do light damage plus 30%. It's a nice round number. Uh, Now we want to do this blessing. When obtaining any high quality potion, additionally gain 5% light damage increase. So that's on the chain lightning one. But it's very helpful. And just out of curiosity, Spring of Sticks is doing the best on damage right now at 35% of the damage that we've done. Lightning Chain is second. Oh, that's very funny. I meant to get Blazing Bolt, not Blazing Plume. Okay, well, clearly I'm tired. That's all right. We've got 3 different things after all. That's fine. That's fine. We'll continue as is. Oh man, I amuse me very much. Um, but anyway, so here we go. We've got refreshers plus 2, gold plus 200, or light damage plus 20%. What is the light damage? Light damage is second on the list, so maybe that's the direction I want to go here. Let's give that a go. I would have liked the refreshes, but they're certainly not necessary by any stretch of the imagination. That one almost hit me, but then we interrupted it, it seemed. Alright, these are meteorites. The meteorites are very good, wonderful things to have. I recommend meteorites pretty much across the board. They, they can clear some room on the field for sure. So we're on wave 10 out of 200 at the moment. Now we're on 11. It's flying on up here. Increased our single target damage by some percent. May have been 20%, I'm not sure. Some small percent more. So, moving right along in that arena anyway. That's the meteorites, and as you can see, they are significant. It's just like when you're fighting the dragon and the meteorites come in for the guild quest. Only it's against the monsters instead of against us, so it's like those, but better. All right, we are currently on wave 14 of 200, and already the gate is being beaten upon a good little bit. So that is an issue for sure. But what can you do? We also have the Burning Potion and the Ultimate Fallen Phoenix Potion. Let's get both of those. And then, okay, which one's bigger? Light? Yes. Let's get the light. Make it, even though we need a greater disparity among our different masteries anyway, right? A little bit surprised to still be alive because not really. I don't know that I've died before level 19 yet, wave 19. I'm not certain that I haven't, but I can't remember particularly doing so either, so maybe. Alright, ice damage plus 20% is useless. Dark damage plus 20% would be good. And refreshes plus 2 would be good, but let's go with the dark damage plus 20 because I like that significantly better. So the Blazing Plume is currently the low man on the totem pole as far as damage being dealt. Alright, the ultimate AoE potion. I don't remember if we got that or not. I'm going to go ahead and get it. And then I'm going to get the dark damage plus 30 and restores rage. Let's do Fire Plume quantity plus 1. Even though Fire Plume isn't doing that much, it's one that I know definitively will stack. So that's a relevant point. They're getting very, right up to the wall. And then we are managing to kill them before they do a lot. But it's a little concerning that they're getting quite as close as they are. Also, I wonder if I have anything that's healing the wall. Don't really know. I haven't been paying attention to be certain of that one way or the other. Kind of trying to look at what I have, but pretty sure I took the burning potion at this point. Light mastery increases dark damage. Dark mastery increases light damage. Sure, let's grab that. May as well. Ice damage is useless. We could do critical damage plus 30%. Sure, let's. We're currently on wave 23 for those who are keeping track of that. Got a boss incoming there. Dark damage plus 20%, physical damage plus 20%, or ice. Let's go with dark damage since that's what we actually have going on here. Interesting decisions to be made there. Alright, let's crank up the attack speed. So I'm thinking attack speed, XP, and rage. number of things happening with Fire Plume now, even though it's not doing much of the damage. It's kind of weird. It seems like it's a damage dealing kind of thing. Now we're almost dead here, so I don't expect to get out of this at all. Alright, we completed that, made it to wave 28, 6 minutes, 54 seconds. And background fight is also complete. Something to keep in mind, but let's come over to the quests. Challenge 1 time daily during the event gives us 10 autofight attempts. Alright, claim these things. We got 10,500 gold, 2,556 XP potions, a few different pieces of gear, and 50 Forgotten Palace trophies. Not too shabby, all things considered. Come over to the Oracle's Trial and see how that's going. Looks like I've cleared the meter at the bottom, and I'm ranked number 3. You know, on the leaderboard, obviously. Nothing too exciting there, so I think I'll come and check the arena. I have 1 more arena pass available. I don't know, Leogoon Amy makes me nervous with his 9,086 BP. Makes me think, well, how'd you get in here? But that's alright. We'll try it anyway. I wonder if it's Leo Gun. Don't know. Over here, they have played Lunaria. She's the one with Dark Moon Salvo. And I can use the power of the Dark Moon, shooting 3 Dark Moon arrows to a single target rapidly. Restores an extra 60 rage if the target is killed. They have a second guy here. It's Albizal. We have Albizal. Spiritual Siphon deals 100% damage 3 times to up to 10, probably enemies. Alright, we got the victory on it. That was Leo Gun Amy with 9,086 BP. So for that, we got 3 arena coins and 5,000 hero XP potions. Alright, back out of there. And I suppose I probably better call it for the night. I'll go ahead and check on Beirut real quick first. No, nothing exciting there. So, alright, I think then I better call it for the night. It was a pleasure streaming with you guys, and I'm hoping that I will see you again tomorrow. If you're not following me yet, be sure to follow me so that you can turn on notifications and see you next time I go live. Hopefully, I'll see you then. Have a good night.